Welcome to Mr. English Cafe. Imagine this. You're driving home after a long day. You're tired. Suddenly, a car cuts you off without signaling. Your heart starts racing. Your face feels hot. Your hands grip the steering wheel so hard your knuckles turn white. You want to scream. You want to honk the horn for 10 seconds straight. We have all been there, right? That sudden surge of heat in your chest when someone is rude to you or when a coworker blames you for their mistake. Let me ask you a question to think about. When was the last time you said something in anger that you regretted just 2 minutes later? We've all felt that sting of regret. Today, I'm going to show you how to stop that sting forever. Hello everyone, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Joe. I am so happy you are spending your time with me today. Today's topic is very close to my heart. Anger. It's a powerful emotion, but it doesn't have to control us. We are going to learn about the 90-second rule, a simple tool that will change the way you react to stress. Before we dive deep, if you find this helpful, please hit the subscribe button and give us a like. It really helps me reach more people who are looking for peace in their busy lives. Now, let's talk about what happens inside our bodies when we get mad. I want you to think of anger like a chemical wave. Most of us think that when we are angry, we stay angry because of the person who hurt us. But science tells a different story. Dr. Jill Bolt Taylor, a famous brain scientist, discovered something amazing. When you have an emotional reaction, a chemical is released in your brain and it flows through your body. This chemical process only lasts 90 seconds. That's it, 1.5 minutes. Think of it like a toilet flushing. The water rushes in, it swirls around, and then it goes away. So, why do we stay angry for hours? Why do we stay mad at our partner all evening? It's because we keep rethinking the thought that made us mad. We replay the movie of the insult in our heads. Every time we replay it, we start a new 90-second cycle. I remember a few months ago, a waiter spilled a drink on my favorite shirt. In that first 90 seconds, my body was on fire. I felt the chemical rush, but I remembered this rule. I took a breath, I watched the clock, I told myself, Joe, just wait for the flush. By the time 90 seconds passed, the physical anger was gone. I was able to say, it's okay, it's just a shirt, instead of shouting. In a stressful environment, maybe a loud office or a busy home, this pause is your superpower. If you can wait 90 seconds without saying a word, you win. You keep your peace. You don't give your power away to someone else's bad mood. To understand how to use those 90 seconds, we need to look at the words of a very brave man, Viktor Frankl. Viktor Frankl was an Austrian psychiatrist who survived the Nazi concentration camps during World War II. In a place where people lost everything, their clothes, their families, and their dignity, Frankl realized something deep. He realized that the guards could take everything except his last freedom, the freedom to choose his own attitude. He wrote this famous quote, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." Let's look at this closely. The stimulus is what happens to you, like someone shouting at you. The response is what you do, like shouting back. Most people think these two are glued together. But Frankl says there is a space in the middle. The 90-second rule is what lives in that space. If you can grow that space, you become a free person. You are no longer a puppet pulled by the strings of your emotions. Another great quote is an old Buddhist proverb. Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. When we stay angry, we are the ones holding the hot coal. We have to learn to drop it. So, how can you practice this starting today? Here are 3 deep suggestions to help you grow that space. 1. Label the feeling, the name it to tame it rule. When you feel that heat in your chest, don't just be angry. Observe it. Say to yourself, I am noticing a feeling of anger. Why does this work? When you say I am angry, you are the anger. But when you say I am noticing anger, you become the observer, you create distance. This shifts your brain from the emotional center, the amygdala, to the logical center, the prefrontal cortex. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. 2. The 90-second physical countdown. Don't just count in your head, use your body. Look at your watch or a clock. Commit to doing nothing for 90 seconds. During this time, focus on your breath. Breathe in 4 seconds, hold for 4, and breathe out for 4. This sends a signal to your nervous system that you are safe. You are literally telling your brain, the chemical flush is happening and I am just going to wait until the water is clear. Silence is your best friend during these 90 seconds. 3. The future me perspective. During your 90-second pause, try a mental time travel trick. Ask yourself, how will I feel about this reaction tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.? Usually, when we are in the chemical wave, we want to win the argument. But the future you doesn't care about winning. The future you cares about peace and relationships. If your reaction will make you feel embarrassed or guilty tomorrow, then it is not the right response today. To wrap things up, remember, your anger is just a chemical wave. It lasts 90 seconds. Anything longer than that is a choice you are making by thinking the same angry thoughts. As Viktor Frankl showed us, even in the hardest times, we own that small space between what happens to us and what we do next. Protect that space. It is where your freedom lives. My final reminder, you cannot control the world, but you can control the 90 seconds after the world hits you. Thank you for listening. I hope these steps help you find more peace this week. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe and share this with someone who needs a little more calm in their life. Before you go, let's commit to one small change together. Tell us in the comments. What is one small thing that usually makes you angry, but you will try to 90-second flush this week? Maybe it's a slow computer or a noisy neighbor. Let's support each other in the comments. I'm grateful for you all. Until next time, stay calm, wait for the flush, and be kind to yourself. Goodbye. Thanks for joining us. In this podcast, you've learned the following. Let's read aloud. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Knuckles. His knuckles turned white because he was gripping the steering wheel so tightly. It is a bad habit to crack your knuckles when you are feeling nervous. She scraped her knuckles while trying to fix the old bicycle chain. Honk the horn. Don't honk the horn unless it is absolutely necessary to avoid an accident. The angry driver started to honk the horn the moment the traffic light turned green. I had to honk the horn to warn the pedestrian who was stepping into the street. Sting of regret. Years later, he still felt a sharp sting of regret for leaving his hometown. She looked at the ruined project and felt the bitter sting of regret over her carelessness. To avoid the sting of regret, you should think carefully before making major decisions. Insult. It is completely unacceptable to insult your colleagues during a professional meeting. His rude comment about her appearance was a direct insult to her intelligence. She chose to ignore his angry words rather than trading insults with him. Dignity. No matter how poor you are, you should never lose your personal dignity. The defeated politician accepted the election results with grace and dignity. Every human being has the right to live their life with basic dignity. Puppet. The children laughed as the colorful puppets danced across the small stage. He realized he was just a puppet in the hands of the powerful corporate bosses. The newly appointed manager was accused of being a puppet for the CEO. Intent. The police concluded that the man entered the building with criminal intent. It was not my intent to hurt your feelings, I was just trying to be honest. The contract clearly states the intent of both companies to form a partnership. Literally, the translation was so bad because it followed the dictionary literally. I was literally shaking with fear when the earthquake started this morning. There were literally thousands of people waiting in line for the concert tickets. Feel free to read it aloud. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave a comment below.